Hello everybody. Yes, my voice has really changed. This is Toothy coming to you from ACCE's Twitch. No, I'm kidding. I'm Pickle. In honor of Halloween, I have decided. Oh wow, that's gonna be double now. Let me fix that quickly. Okay, so yeah, in honor of Halloween month, I've possessed the stream. I'm hoping the quality will be better for you guys. Let me just set my max FPS quickly to ensure the best quality stream without any frame drops. Because apparently my PC can't stream 300 FPS. So how you been, Faris? How was the last game?
Oh, doing quite pleasantly, yeah. Semper taking a 116-2 on against Afripos taking on Semper, I think. Sorry about that.
No worries. What's up, Tweaks, bruh? I see there's 16 of you in the channel at the moment watching. Make some noise in the chat for the guys playing, for the streamers that stream. Thank you, Toothy, for doing the last stream. Thanks to ESCOM, I couldn't, so I'm sure you can all relate.
Yeah, sorry. Semper taking the win against Afgri on Overpass 16. Pac-Man and Slotbox leading the squad.
Oh, well done, guys. I have to apologize in advance as well. I won't be having all the fancy REACE overlays and stuff for this stream. That is not REACE's fault. Let's just blame it on ESCOM, okay? I was not supposed to be here tonight. Okay, can we just blame everything in the world on our lovely service providers? So my apologies for that. You guys will be seeing my overlays. I hope that doesn't bother you too much. It's not fancy. Hello Onslaught, hello Terabyte, hello Trixbro again. Oh, we're listening to an ad. I was wondering what the hell that was. So I'm not sure if we're supposed to make conversation, but this silence is not working for me, Pharos. Okay, so tell me.
Sorting some. Yeah.
This is a corporate league, and I'm shocked by the amount of people that have actually like entered into this competition. Do you know any gamers for the company you work for, or the place you're at school? Like, what do you do? Are there gamers there?
No, I don't recognize anyone from where I am, but I do recognize a few of the tags going into this cup. My boy Frozen is playing in the corporate league as well. Hope to see him play well. Maropa and Red are also playing in this league.
Oh wow!
So quite exciting to watch those boys play in the future.
No, but you play for REAs, okay? That does not count. I can't remember what you do. Do you work? Do you go to school still?
No, I work as a clerk here in Mad.
Any gamers there?
Very little. It's a very scarce community, yeah. So, what are some of the things you're looking forward to going up this matchup with Fox and Zonk?
I have to be honest, I don't really know these players. So I think it'll be fun to see. Oh, I know Loki from. I can't see their logo. I feel bad. From ZKW? I
That
know.
would be Zonky Wafa.
Oh, Zonky Wi-Fi. That makes sense. So I'm looking forward to see them play. Honestly, like just like the more corporate people, because like in my company, there aren't much gamers. It's still like a weird, strange thing. What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking for a very entertaining game where rounds are just traded backwards and forwards. I'm looking for a very close matchup here with these two teams.
I'm honestly hoping for trades and just some basic CS. Honestly, I see a lot of people when they start playing in events like these, they lose the basic CS, where CT will rush to T side and people won't trade. Eco management is horrible, so people just forget. So I'd love to see some
Yeah,
basic CS.
that's one thing I noticed in the previous game. There were a lot of force bars coming in when they should have just been an eco round and then investing into the next round going in. So I'm hoping these two teams are a bit eco savvy with looking after their money.
I'd hope so. It's honestly something I'd hope from REAs, being an accountant firm. I don't. That's a bad. I don't know. Where.
So following after the game is RE accounting against Warp.
I'd love to see some good eco management in that game.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Let's see what our chat is up to. Tweaks that plays with Autorius on the Vox team. Oh, hello. Are you watching your own stream or are you actually playing? Tweaks, bruh. What league is this TGB ZA? This is the REA's corporate league. Tokolosi explained it beautifully.
Yep. Just waiting on Vox Telecom's fifth to come on, and we should be good to go with the knife round and Vita.
They all seem good actually. I think they're just waiting on one of the admins to give them the go ahead. Okay, luckily I still have one of the players on my friends list, so I let them know that we are ready.
watching this warm up, some of these players are looking very keen, very fired up for this matchup.
I think I'm gonna show that to the guys a bit. Let's take off the stream starting screen and show you guys some action. Yes, Tokolosi. Everyone in the chat, get your companies to enter next year. Gatskopper, yes. Everyone is busy. I'm hoping you mean the players are busy preparing, because they are preparing. They're getting their warm up in. They are ready for the showdown. I'm looking at Bot Dave now. This guy seems like he's gonna wreck it.
Yeah, he definitely knows what he's doing.
Yes,
Looking
look at
very
him.
experienced in this game.
Covering all the angles. Look at that. Oh, his reactions are mint. There we go. Okay. How?
Bit of deathmatch soccer going on here in Longdoors.
Okay, let's take off the auto and look at the deathmatch soccer going on. Where's the ball? Indoors.
In Longdoors.
A fight to death for the ball. Okay, I'm gonna fix this sound. So can we hear some gunshots in this house? There we go. We are going into the knife round of the first round of Vox Telecom versus Zonky Wi-Fi. Am I saying that correctly? I'm hoping.
Yeah, I would assume that's also correct.
What is your technique going into a knife round?
Just standard. If you're going in for early tags, get a right click and back off. If you're going in for 1v1, left, right. It's as easy as that. The person who gets the first left click in will 9 out of 10 times win the duel.
Bands are starting to come in with
Chains
train.
first off.
Minus nuke, minus trash. Come on. You can say that about Vertigo, but not Nuke Insomnia.
Got a funny feeling we're leaning towards Mirage or Inferno in this matchup.
Yeah, I have to say, I think Mirage is always this. Oh, Overpass. There we go.
Overpass, sure. Second overpass game matchup of the night, guys.
Oh wow, I was expecting that from more Mirage and Dust. Farros, you're getting a shout out there from the fan stands.
Are we?
Flacey says hello. And he loves you apparently.
Love you too, plus.
Wow, that mic. Wat 'n kak ISP host die stream. I will freeze the stream, guy. Oh, I will freeze the stream. I'll see if I can maybe adjust the stream so that it does not freeze. Please tell me how it goes. I'm hoping that fixes it. The guys are starting to ready up. We should start seeing some action soon.
Just waiting on all.Rs and we're good to go.
To recap for all the new viewers, this is round robin, round 1, Vox Telecom versus Zonky Wi-Fi. It's a BO1. I see one of the players are having some internet issues, strangely enough, from the
Sonky Wafa.
Yes, Frosty Rambo, I was getting some dropped frames. I believe I fixed it. So the stream should be fixed now. Apparently my fiber does not like uploading 300 frames per second. I lowered it twice now, so I'm hoping it works. Please let me know in the chat if it's going well or not. I can just drop it a bit more.
So, what sort of company is Vox Telecom?
Vox
From
Telecoms, I believe, do like VoIP phones. I don't know what else they do, but that's the one thing I know that they do. They do.
Oh, okay.
Guys, I'm not
So
getting.
they, so
I'm not getting any more frame drops or anything. The stream is fine from my side. I love watching a PowerPoint presentation. Pop Natsus. Pop Natsus, my frame drops have been fixed. Should be fine now.
Round 1 off the starts.
Vox is an
Cities,
I. Sorry, you continue.
no problem. Vox invested in a smoke, but no kits.
I
Very
don't
good.
like the lowers rushes. I just feel like you're so trapped in there.
Oh, look, what I like about them is the T's are grouped up, so it's not one person peeking or two people peeking. It's pretty much everyone peeking who's ever holding low. So there will be trade potential.
Onslaught is enlightening us. Vox is an ISP that specializes in voice.
Okay. Robot bringing us back to a 1v1, yeah? Is he gonna check M2 for killing SQ?
No,
And he wins the 1v. Unfortunately, he has no time or a kit. Very strong attempt there from Robot, though.
absolutely. If you just had a little bit more time, you could have had.
City's opting for pretty much a full savior.
I think that's the smart choice. Maybe you could have gotten a kit or two out there, but other than that, it's the safe choice.
This full savers will be very effective if they can take one or two guns away from Zonky Alpha. Oh, nothing too. Ooh. Somnia getting a pick off there on Screeder.
He decides to go for it instead of saving that AK. And Roybot
Yep.
last again gets taken down this time. And another round goes for Zonky Wi-Fi.
Look, the intention there was just to try and get as many guns away as possible. And they were quite successful getting in those two pickles, which made this next round a bit more expensive for Zonky. Zonky going in for a fast approach and taking water and monster.
Ooh, they get the lowest internet peaks there. Fusion doesn't get to take down a player. He gets taken out. The bomb is in quite a peculiar position now on killing SQ. Left with only his SMG against two fully equipped CT players. Would you say go for it? Double fake? Nope. He gets taken down as the last member of his team.
T should be able to force back into this. Seems like they're going for an SMG bar. Oh, rifles invested in for the TZ. Very too strong opening pickoffs here by Zonky.
Jurgen's practicing very good trigger control. That gets the planter down. Gets take down a second player and also gets Loki, leaving only Skrieder with an orb facing off against two CT players. Nice wrap from Roybord. He gets to upgrade his SMG.
Which I presume he'll drop it to HBK, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Teaser forcing back into this with 4 AKs and a UMP. Let's see where they tend to take map control.
Oh, nice pick by HBK to Fountain. That flash mid definitely got him some time to push up a bit, even though he did not have the spawn for it.
Although Skyrogue didn't really invest into this round, City's got a lot of info from him dying. They're well aware there could be at least a player or two in water.
Guys don't seem sure of where to go yet. CT holding a nice 2-2 situation.
Watching the road tape on Insomnia there. HPK, we have this flank here.
Round goes to T this time. First time on a full gun round that they get to take the round.
City's looking for a standard nade down fountain and crash shot.
Oh, they get taken down, leaving only Insomnia and a Roybord. At least CT could take down Skrieder, but that's about it for now.
T's should want to stick together here, not really play for that last exit frag, as they need to try and build up their economy right now. Roybot should end up saving this AK.
But it is a good-ish safe whip to take it to the next round.
Yep. The bigger question going into this round is, do they opt for a half bar on this AK or do they force up on?
Yeah, the eco's not looking too well. You can get a couple of Hamasis out there, but not much util to go around. And I'm a util over gun person. I don't know about you. No force up actually.
Oh. I was hoping HPK would at least buy armor off of that AK.
He's winging it, it seems. Let's see if it pans out for him. I'd be interested to see that happen. It's a nice take from T side onto B side. They really force themselves onto that side. Beautiful take. Let's see how they hold it. Maybe we'll see another save from HBK.
Yep. It looks like HPK and is just playing for these exit frags, trying to take guns off of the teeth to make next round expensive for them. As I said, that HPK loses his AK. Bomb takes creator here. And liquid bomb.
At least now we get to see a nice buy round for Vox. Some util on some of the players. Jurgens, no util at all. Only one kit bought.
Great mid take here from Sonky.
Absolutely. Now
Forcing CTs to back and reposition off of this take.
Still taking this site beautifully. They're getting their headshots. I have to say, they're showing very good form at the moment.
Only one kit on Skyrogue here going into this SMG investment.
They seem to enjoy going for only a one kit buy. I don't know, this is the second round I've noticed it. Oh, nice wrap from Skyrogue, taking down two players for T-side, making it a 3v2 in favor of Vox.
Very nice molly there from Robot.
Unfortunately, still
Keeping
gets
that.
taken down.
All killing able to win this 1v2 though. CT's all away, he's on short by Sandbag.
Onslaught is showing his support there. 1v1. Orb versus AK. Oh, he doesn't get that first shot off. Pistol! Pistol! No! Very nicely played by SQ. Gets to win the round for his team there.
Very nice seeing he took his time there. A lot of players tend to sort of panic in these situations where the clock's against them and in a 1v1 situation. Very nice to see him keeping calm and collected.
Absolutely, I think that's the main point, is just to stay calm. Take it slow. And it paid off very well for him. See, Vox is completely left long alone, just playing the mid angle.
Yeah.
Zonky once
He's
again.
very successful in taking this mid control though.
They are well versed in taking mid, clearly. Oh, nice shot, Insomnia. Insomnia gets to take down two players there. Taking the back to 2v3. 1v3. How is HBK going to fare here? see a lot of forces coming in for CT. I think they might be feeling the pressure of being down so many rounds. They are playing more towards site at the moment.
Just good at taking this long control. Very successful in getting that opening pick off, but it's forced on rotations from B.
Oh, the bomb is down. 2v3 now. Jurgens has a really nice angle on long there. And it really pays off for him. He gets to take down 4 players for his team. That was really well played. Well done, Jurgens. Maybe it's because Jurgens drink net branas.
I need to get a secret because I need to know which bananas he drinks.
Maybe you'll share it with us after the game. We see CT now with better weapons. Ooh, Skrier getting a nice pick up onto B. Roybart and this MP7 is just a force to be reckoned with, honestly. They have forced a rotation towards B. No commitment from T side yet.
Will Internet end up catching off the rotation from Skyrogue here?
Jurgens holding the same angle at Opti, and he gets to take down the planter, leaving the bomb open and not in control of T side. They are in a pickle at the moment. 3v2.
Bomb down on A side.
And each team only has one player with HP, really.
Clock running against the time of the T's though.
They are just holding the angles. They get another round. Looks like the forcing actually has been paying off for them. Apparently, Onslaught says Jurgens doesn't share. So I'm sorry, Pharos, you won't be getting any tips from him on which branas he drinks. See a B push coming in. Insomnia getting the pick. Another shot for him. Insomnia, well played, guy. Almost at an ace. They're taking down 4 players. Very well held with the AWP there on that round. With Zonky just all going monster with guns, actually. And they just didn't get the pickoffs. That round definitely didn't go in their favor. We see an interesting buy coming in for them. 1 AK, 1 AUG, SMG, and 2 Deagles.
Yes, they tend to be forcing a lot into these rounds.
Yeah, I was about to say, game of forces over here.
Which begs also the question, is it a game of throws as well? Because the firepower isn't exactly matching up to Zox Telecom right now, because there's a lot of SMGs going into these T-bars and Deagles.
I have to say, we saw Vox doing the same thing. I don't know about you, but I personally don't like forcing. I'd rather just save around, play it smart, take in better weapons into the next round. What's your feeling on it?
It's it's obviously a situational thing. So where if you have the money where you can half buy with Kevlar and Deagles or your preferred pistol, I'd rather opt for that. But if the money isn't looking too good, I'd rather just go for a full save, play it out, but just taking off one or two pick offs, hurting the T side economy, which might help in resetting the T's in later rounds.
I mean, T's also, with this force bind, not playing very together at the moment. They're playing very scattered. And you can also see that in the way they've just been picked off. Skyro getting 2 picks on them. HBK getting a pick and leaving only 2 players left for them. Luckily these players do have weapons and hopefully they can take it into the next round.
Yeah, no, for sure. In the earlier stages of this half, Zonky Wi-Fi, they were playing together. They were getting those trades in, and now towards which was working well for them because they were also playing at a fast pace, which the CTs were sort of struggling to hold. But now, as if the CTs are opting with the double AWP setup, they're sort of taking it a bit slower now, and
You can see that with them losing 4 rounds in a row now, that also takes a toll on your communication and your mindset as a team. And Vox just running with the momentum they got from doing all those forces and it paying off for them eventually.
I hope to see this Mac 10 from Killing going in for the entry to make that space for Bonkika and Internet going in for this exec, yeah.
Insomnia is just going at it with this AWP tonight. He's getting those shots. He's playing very well with the AWP
Yeah.
tonight.
And he's very successful with those repeaks. Also on the same token, he's not overextending. But yet he's very successful with those repeats, which is very nice to see.
They got the pick on B now. I expect them to just rush onto sites and take it. There should only be one player. But they've already allowed the rotation to come in. Being indecisive, I think, is going to cost them this round. Ooh, or Loki gets to clean up.
Yeah, Insomnia's here though.
Well played, Insomnia. Another good round on the AWP there. I wanna see if he plays the AWP on T side as well.
Yeah.
I think he would. He seems to be quite a fast AWPer. His reactions are good.
Very good answer from there in towards the later stages of the first half there from Vox Gaming. Things were looking a bit shaky in the start, but it's very nice to see that they brought it back.
They did indeed. They've got 2, 3, 4, 5 rounds in a row, bringing the score, evening out the score a bit more. Going for the classic B rush. Skreda is just wrecking them from heaven with that USB. Insomnia planting way open, taking a lot of damage there. Oh, very well played by Loki and Skreda there. Definitely working together on that retake. They played off of each other very well.
What are the sort of things you like to see going in when you analyze what the T's are doing on a map like Over?
I'm sorry, say again?
What are the sort of things you like? You like watching about the T's on on a map like Overpass?
Mid control. I love taking mid control on overpass, so that's the kind of thing I like to see. Because taking mid control on overpass kind of gives you a lot more freedom to go either A or B from there. Macing the players around a bit, but that the thing also comes in with CT being able to rotate fairly quickly. It's a very quick rotation on overpass. But I don't know, me personally, I like getting the mid control from a T side and just moving on from there. What's your feeling?
Switching it up, keeping the CTs on their toes. But I do agree with you 100% on taking mid control. Once you sort of establish mid control, it's very easy to force rotations and look for that opening pick off. Internet getting a lot of info here from mid.
We're looking to a 2v2 situation at the moment. Roybot not too sure if someone's seen the bomb long. Yes, stream, we see you. I understand that the stream is a bit irritating for you guys. We are trying our utmost to fix everything for you guys. Maybe third time lucky. Okay, let's go for third time lucky. Oh, 7 seconds left. Oh, Roybot, well played there.
Might look like the cities might have to opt for a double eco here. As internet's Bonkika's money is under 2k. Branus and Skyrogue here taking short and water control.
Zonky's doing really well with their Deagle purchase here. It did put them in a peculiar spot with the economy, but...
Yeah. They're
I mean,
dealing a lot of damage with these Deagles and P2s.
I mean, it's 3v3 with Zonky only having pistols. That's not something you see every day.
No, it's not.
Oh,
In these sort of eco situations, you want to see the T sort of stick together for the trade. As these situations get very awkward.
it does. I think the favorite saying for people at this exact moment is you should win these. Theoretically, you should, because you are outgunning them. You've got the eco, you've got the weapons, you've got the util, and I mean, Zonky only went in there with Deagle and armor, and it paid off very, very well for them. They get to take the round, they get to take 2 weapons out.
Very structured round there from them though on that eco, so playing with a lot of depth with those deagles, utilizing them a lot. She's opting for Foss B here, taking water control on Monster. Molly forcing Bunkika out of Toxic though.
One v 2. Sky only has an AWP. Oh, he misses him by, I mean, millimeters there with that AWP shot. I think if he had an AK or any rifle or SMG in that situation, could have gone their way. Unfortunately,
wait, was that 10-second defuse coming in from Scooter there?
Seems like we've got another. Only selected players get kits situation. I see Zonky has now bought some kits. Killing SQ only having the SMG. I mean, Square could have bought for him. Internet could have bought for him. I'd like to see what he does with that SMG.
He's got full B control here. The city's gonna opt for a save, or they. Seems like they're committing to the retake. Loki getting the opening pick off.
Yeah, I mean Loki is getting the picks. They can do this retake. They're smoking off again. HBK has a rifle, so he should be able to. Nope, Loki covered his teammate very well there. And another defusal coming in for Zonky Wi-Fi. That's 3 in a row now. So, I mean, if I were Vox at the moment, I'd be looking into, you're getting the plants, you're getting site, you're getting the plants. What's going wrong after that? What's your thinking there?
They playing a bit open on the post plant there. As you said, they're getting site control, they're getting bombed on. Where they're failing in the post plants is playing safe, letting the CTs come to you.
Yeah, I mean, that player sitting at barrels, he was just wide open for anyone to pick him off there.
Yeah. And their mid control and overall map control is very successful in this game. As I said, Loki gets the opening pick off one long.
That also is giving him the bomb. Holding that angle very well. Fortunately gets taken down by Insomnia. The rotations from Zonky here on that bomb call was just super quick. Like the tires. Leaving it 4v1. HBK being alone. Only with an AK at hand. Sorry?
Sorry about that. What I wanted to also mention, one difference I picked up between Zonky, Wi-Fi and Vox. On Vox's CT side, they tend to opt for a double AWP setup, but on Zonky Wi-Fi they're only doing one man setup with the AWP,
and it can't be due to the eco. I mean, they've got the eco to do this, and now they're down to a 1v1 again. Internet versus HBK. HBK getting 3 player pickoffs there. Ooh.
Molly Trade's going in. Ooh, and HBK get a landing the headshot there on Opti.
Very well played by HBK. I mean, that was a tight spot. He just held his own there.
City's going in for another half bar. Wise decision.
I mean, it paid off for them in the past, so
Yeah, they won the previous anti. But I think Vox learnt their lesson with playing together now.
Internet getting two pickoffs with this deagle there. I mean, I'd be scared of Zonky's eco rounds, really. They don't just flat out rush anyway. They just play it smart with the weapons that they have, and it's paying off for them very well. It's now 3v3.
This retake is very possible. They've got a kit and a smoke going into this retake. I think I've got a casting curse. Every time I predict something, it ends up being the opposite.
It's an interesting buy from Zonky. I mean, they've got AWP, SMGs, rifle.
I think Bokinkai gave it away that he's playing close up here on stairs.
He still
Saying
gets the
that-
pickoff. It's now 2v2 with bomb being on B site. Beautiful play there by Internet. I have to say, this is quite a tightish game. I mean, one team gets a couple of rounds in a row, the other team gets a couple of rounds in a row. It's up and down the whole time. But these buys are just baffling me. At least now we see Zonky doing a 2-AWP setup. Internet jumping around like a crazy person.
Also, noting about these force bars, it's very interesting to see that off of these SMG bars, they have an extra $500, but they're not buying smokes or nades with it.
That is true. That's the kind of thing you'd expect. Maybe they're sacrificing weapons for util, but that's clearly not their thinking, seeing as they aren't buying the util with the extra money.
City's holding strong here though on side. For Kinkai here on the flank.
He just doesn't get the kill on that guy. 2v1, HBK. He has the bomb. Decides to still go towards A. We could be in a 1v1 server and I'd not know any better.
Is internet and
HBK clearly knows where he is. Gets to sneak up on him, takes the round. His team is safe for another round. 11-14. That gives... Oh, that's the first win? See, the win, lost, win, lost, win, lost the whole time. The rounds are getting a bit more even at the moment. We're not seeing. Oh, we're seeing a lowers rush coming in from Zonky Wi-Fi. Some P250s. Box clearly does not know what's up, really. Seeming quite slow. Oh, they know where they are now. Why, Loki? Oh no, why Sky Rogue? I'm sorry. At least they're getting the plant. Once again, the save push is paid off for the Zonky Wi-Fi. I mean, they've already taken down 2 Vox players, making it 2v3. In this situation, I'd want to see them getting some guns and saving it to take into the next round. They had the rounds to do that.
Very nice post plant there, going for Vox. A lot more disciplined than what we mentioned earlier on that B bomb side.
Absolutely. I think they managed to see what they're doing wrong, and they did fix it indeed.
What sort of format are we looking at? Are we looking to a possible OT here?
I'm starting
it-
to feel the overtime vibes here, I have to say. Fox is definitely pushing long now, trying to get onto A site. They're getting the pickoffs, or Jurgens is getting the pickoffs. Skyrogue
Very
waiting
nice.
for that rotation.
Very nice slow attack though from them. Making sure they got side control before they get bombed.
Yeah, we didn't see them just running onto site once again,
Yeah.
losing the bomb. We've seen that a couple of times from them now, so they
And they are aware of those potential flanks, so Skyrogue was holding that flank strong.
I have to say, at this moment, I can actually see Vox taking the win. They are adjusting very well their playstyle, what they're doing, their decision making. They're adjusting it on the fly at the moment.
Yeah, and they're building up a very nice momentum going into this map. Taking that early mid control and lower control. Shout out to Gatskopper 56, Terabytes underscore Zeta, and Vidic 1509 for rooting for your boys.
I mean, they're holding site very tightly at the moment. They're not really pushing for map control, just more for site control. They've definitely got the player advantage. Still see some util in the bounce. Oh, Skrider does not get that shot on the player. Some spams coming in, not real damage dealt there. Oh, killing SQ. Well played, guys.
Unable to clear toxic browser was unfortunately made them lose that B take there. But very strong hold there from the CTs on that round. Seems like they've adjusted it with a bit more depth now.
13-15. This is where the pressure really starts to sink in for Zonky Wi-Fi. I mean, only one more round, guys, just one more round. And sometimes getting that one more round is just a struggle because T-side suddenly wakes up, they're pushing harder, they're playing harder. Because they also have the mindset of they only need one more round, guys.
Yeah, that mindset of closing a game off tends to get to a lot of teams out there. But it seems like the pressure isn't really getting to Vox here. They're taking a nice slow mid take here.
Does not pan out for them, or it's not looking good for them. They're already getting picked off. Loki's ready on that off. Oh, Insomnia! Well
Nice
done.
inches there from him and HBK.
I mean, the players from Zonky was just in peculiar positions where they weren't really covering each other.
Yeah.
3 players taken down just like that. I mean, that was unfortunate. Well
Very nice
done.
round there from him. Somebody getting those first 2 opening. First getting that refrag on the AWP there. Secondly, getting the second frag there on the rifle on site.
It seems like we might just see an overtime tonight, guys and girls. In the stream, I see you guys already starting to vote for an overtime. Trying to kill us here. No, I'm lying. We streamers, we kind of like the overtime thing. It's more interesting to cast. Zonky really holding the tighter angles this round. They keep changing things up. I think that's also a good thing from their side. They keep changing their positions and what they're doing up.
A nice thing looking at going into this corporate cup though is a lot of the teams, because the players haven't been in a team for necessarily long in a lot of circumstances, a lot of mid-round calling has come into play, which is very interesting and awesome to see. Oof, somebody getting the headshot there on killing SQ, hitting it with a refrag, making the retake a bit more possible.
And overtime. Yes, people, your prayers have been answered. We are going into overtime. Now, Pharos, would you mind explaining to our friends, our viewers, how overtime works exactly?
So overtime ends up being a best out of 6. So the first 4 rounds wins it, and out of the 6 rounds, if both teams get 3 T, 3 CT, you're looking to a second overtime. So it keeps reoccurring.
It's also always interesting to see the players on what they do with the eco. Like now we saw a full buy on both teams because you get quite a bit of money to start off with, and it's interesting to see what people do with that. Loki just seeing that guy through the smoke there takes Insomnia down. That's a good player for Loki to take down. I mean, Insomnia has shown us time after time that he is a very influential player on these tight rounds.
Him being taken out earlier in the round has given Zonky Wi-Fi a big advantage into the round. Especially it being a two-man advantage. One-man advantage now.
Bonky Kai and Roybar dancing around each other. They have barrels. Bonky Kai getting it. Leaving only HBK left. I mean, he's been pulling off some crazy stuff here. So, I'm interested to see what he's gonna do.
HPK dealing a lot of damage there to Monkey Car. Only 9 seconds in there. Unfortunately, it won't be too successful. Only getting away with that one extra frag. But that's the nice thing about overtime as well. There's lots and lots of money. You don't really need to watch your economy on T side necessarily.
I mean, T has the loss advantage at the moment. They've got the loss bonus.
Again, finding the entry there on Bunky.
Three v 3 now. There's lots of smokes and strange things going on site. Scudero, only player left over with his orb. Gets taken down by Skyrogue.
Very, very entertaining to see these 1-for-1 round trades going in now. Sort of builds up the blood pressure on both teams there, making it that much more competitive.
I mean, overtime really tests a player's endurance. I mean, a BO3 does as well, because I mean, you play 3 maps, but it's 3 different maps. It's essentially 3 different games. And with an overtime, I mean, the game just goes on and on and on sometimes. So it's very taxing on a player's mindset, and just to see how they deal with it is always interesting.
Yeah. One thing I can say going on to that, these boys are gonna slap lacquer after this game.
I am going to agree with you on that one. Come Loki, I've seen you get some good shots with this orb. It's 1v4 for him, unfortunately. He doesn't seem to be getting the picks. He's in quite a
Good
peculiar
util
position.
usage there from Rogue though. Sort of blocking off most of the vision there for Loki.
Oh, he gets taken down by HBK, holding a very good angle there on him. 16-17. First half of the first overtime done.
Out of this BO6, Vox just needs 2 more rounds to take it, and
Killing Esky with an
Zonky Wi-Fi
interesting
needs
buy there.
3 more rounds to take it. Sorry about that.
No, no worries. Killing Esky playing with that Mac 10. I was actually thinking I'd see him do a rush or something with that Mac 10.
Yeah, you want to see him sort of inch in these situations, creating that space for the riflers.
Ooh, Insomnia's allowed to take down 2 players there before he gets taken down. Nice 7 smoke, giving them the cover. Oh, why did you peek? 1v1. I'm telling you, this is the game of 1v1s.
Quibus.
Oh, well played, Skyrogue. That was a nice Squibus over there. 18 for 16.
Oh, Fox looking to get just one more round off of this to take the big W here. Zonky's gonna have to strive and fight hard for these next 2 rounds to stay alive. Looking at the economy of Vox, if Zonky's able to reset them here, they pretty much have a guarantee in tying it up for a double overtime.
Oh, that white peak on HBK was very well played by Skridder.
Very wise of them to rotate B as there's a big stack on A there. Seems like rotations have come in just in the nick of time.
I mean, they really have to push for that plant now. I mean, the rotations are coming in so quickly. Plant and hold it, boys.
Very cheeky headshot there from Skyrogue.
$2v1 internet only fairly. Oh,
Unfortunately, the internet just lost that 1v1 against Insomnia on 1 HP.
well played, guys. We see Vox Telecoms taking the win over Zonky Wi-Fi. Well played, everybody. Thank you, viewers, for watching. Let's give you guys some music to listen to. Why is it not working? Oh, wow, that's loud. Let's see. Okay, that's better.
It's the second RP for the second map. Is the stream muted?
Pharos, you'll be joined by ES Proxy for the next game. I'll still be doing the stream. but ES Proxy will be the one casting with you.
Cool. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.
It was fun, Pharos.
Yep. Thank you so much for joining me here.
lot more than probably most of the assumed players, but also they've had a little bit of competitive experience on either side. So, I
Ye-
mean, I
Yeah,
think it should be a a relatively straightforward game, but yeah, you never want to count your chickens before they're hatched, I guess. So
yeah,
we'll
no,
have
for
to
sure.
wait and see what happens tonight. But still, keep your eyes out on warp development. I'd say, like you never want to count out another team and then get your words eaten up.
A few of you might recognize Frenzy though on Warp side, and it's a Radius on RE accounting side. As he plays for Re-Ace EXO on in first div currently.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, like Zeradius especially, like they have quite a bit of experience on the RE accounting side. I mean, also Caleb Bakey and Phoenix, they've also done some stuff in the female league. So I mean, I think it should be pretty clear and cutthroat, but we'll see. Also with the joys of load shedding and generator powers, we never know what happens.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Touch wood, nothing else happens tonight though. Where's my desk? Okay, touch wood. But it is going to be interesting to see. I do see on the warp development side Ofugs. I'm going to opt to call him Ofudge for the rest of the evening because I know I'm going to mess up something. I don't know if he intended for his name to be the way it is, but I know something else is going to come out if I try and say his name very quickly. So Ofudge.
Not a problem at all.
I would like to know if he did this on purpose though. At some point, I start to wonder. Either way, I think we're still just waiting for one of the last players to come online. I think she's just starting up her generator, as is the joys of South Africa right now.
Reading through the chat though, Phoenix is unable to connect due to her ISP being down by load shedding. So
Oh goodness gracious! It might seem that Ari counting. Do they have to go then 4v5?
yeah, I would presume so. Or if they're allowed to get a sub in, I would assume they'll quickly get a last minute sub. If not, I would say they'll have to.
I'd have to play this 4v5, which might be quite a challenge even for a semi-experienced team.
Yeah, I think either way it won't be so much straightforward and cutthroat then.
No, definitely not. So unfortunately for Ari counting, a little bit of a rough start, I guess. All right. Well, let's talk about something a little bit more basic, a little more simple. In terms of maps, what would you prefer to see tonight?
I want to see some Mirage or Inferno going on tonight.
Not
On
a
fight.
Virgo, really?
No, not actually. The latest update on Vertigo, I must say I'm not too fond of it.
Definitely makes the map a lot more open. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I think a Mirage and Inferno might be fun. Weirdly enough, I think I would prefer an Inferno because for RE accounting side, you can kind of get away with a 4-on-5 situation there because it's not exactly like Dust, for example, where you've essentially got 3 points of entry that you have to cover like fully. At least
yeah,
with Inferno, you can do a 3-2 split or 2-3 split. Whereas with Dust, it's something that requires 3 groups and 3 pairs and 3 sections, which for RE accounting might be a little bit difficult tonight, unfortunately. But we'll see if they're able to get a substitute in last minute.
looks like we might be able to get Techno in. Play 4 Aria counting. See how it pans out though. So what are some of the few things you want to look at going forward in this matchup though?
I mean, I'd definitely like to see, since this is quite a very unorthodox kind of tournament, we are having businesses put teams together and taking it forward into a tournament, which for most of them, I'm assuming they're not going to have really any experience in. But I mean, I'd like to see a little bit of banter, a little bit of some fun guns coming out. You know, maybe a Bison, maybe an XM here and there. Either way, though, I am keen to see, you know, who's going to be surprising us tonight. You know, as you said, we don't really know much about these players, unfortunately, in terms of the competitive scene. You know, I mean, we've got Seradius, he's playing First Division. Frenzy is also a name in the community. But other than that, you know, most of the players, at least, a good majority of the players are quite unknown. So we won't really know what to expect, at least until they begin. I don't know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So for me, you know, I'm expecting some meme guns. And you? What are your expectations for this game tonight?
I think it's not really an expectation. I think it's one of the joys of an unorthodox tournament like this is you're gonna see a lot of mid-round calling, and I enjoy seeing mid-round calling. A B rush ends up being a fake or a double fake, and yeah, just playing for pickles.
So probably a lot of chaos as well in
Yeah,
that scenario though.
yeah, no, for sure.
No, either way, like I think it's gonna make for an interesting game. I think it's also gonna depend a lot on how which map is gonna be chosen and how that's gonna then translate into to other side taking on that challenge, especially for our accounting side if they are unable to find a substitute. They're definitely going to have to go for quite a few unorthodox strats in order to get a few wins. You know, maybe a rush from the hellish P90 waters, but
Yeah,
either way, I would be curious to see what either team pulls out and what we're going to be in the line for to see tonight. If you, if worst comes to worst and we do see a Vertigo, what would your predictions on that case be?
uh, um, one thing I would expect there is it's a lot more T-sided, so I think whoever starts off on the T side will get a bit of an edge, especially going into the second half, because like you said, the map's a bit more opened up now.
No, definitely. I think the map has definitely been open quite a bit, and it allows for a lot more open angles. I'd say like a lot of the angles have been removed, you know, due to like some of the doors being removed, some of the little pieces on the map, like the folded boxes and the side
Yeah,
panels and all those things, which allowed for some really interesting angles that we've seen in recent tournaments. But now most of that stuff's been removed, so it's I feel like they've really, I don't want to say dumbed it down, but in a way dumbed it down. There's nothing
yeah.
really extremely confusing, I guess, on that map.
The one thing that I don't really like about the map is CTs are very limited now regarding rotations. They usually have to rotate all the way around back through CT from A to B or B to A in a
Yeah,
retake scenario.
that mid door is no longer there as an option. So
Yeah,
it does, on the bright side though, in terms of a viewer's perspective, it does slow it down a little bit. You know, we don't go from absolutely nothing happening for a good 10 seconds to everything literally happening in a good 3 seconds. So at least from a viewer's perspective, it does slow it down a little bit. But
yeah,
thankfully for RE accounting side, we have found the sub, the generators are working, the internet is back on, and we are finally on a 5v5 stack. So we can get into getting this map started, getting the map X done. And yeah, so as we said, a Mirage and an Inferno would, you know, what we prefer to see, just some really standard map work. I would be very keen for maybe a train, actually, weirdly enough. Don't know why I want a train, but I love to see a train. Just something a little bit unorthodox.
one thing you want to look at for chain is looking for that upper B control and those pop duels. If the CTs want to take pop control.
And especially the teamwork, which I mean,
Yeah,
in a case like a corporate league, I'm gonna say it, and I don't want to be shot in the foot for it later, but you don't expect teams to be extremely well coordinated. You know, these are
yeah,
teams that have probably just been made. They're not sitting every single day and practicing and coordinating themselves. As well, I guess we'll find out now when we're going into the knife rounds. We'll see which team is gonna get the advantage in this map pick here. It is a BO1 for those of you who are watching, so only one map to decide the points for tonight's round 2 of the Rio-Ace Corporate League. And it does seem like Warped Development are going to be taking the advantage. They will be able to go through the map choices, either pick first, pick sides first, either way. We will be going into the map picks now. I I'd be interested to see what Warp Development have up their sleeves as a team that we know nothing about.
They straight off the bat, might be biting my tongue here, but I think they actually are a bit prepared for this. They've got a coach on the T side. Oh,
Yeah,
it's a
they're ready.
T coach. Oh, so that's the RE coach. I think that might have been the sub, which I think is probably Techno.
Possibly. Either way, though, in terms of the map picks, you've already got Nuke, Vertigo, Train, R, and Dust 2 taken out of the map pool. So only a few more maps left now to the side. I believe we're left down to Mirage, Overpass, and Inferno, if I'm not mistaken. And Inferno's already out. So I mean, at least for RE accounting, they don't really need to bank on that, 2 to 3 map pick.
Yeah.
It does seem though that we are going to go for a Mirage though, as Overpass has also just been taken out. So I mean, you got your wish.
Yeah. Very
I think,
interesting to see those mid takes on Mirage though. See how good the teamwork is there on T side. Taking
especially
that.
with Warp Development, they will be starting on the CT side. So it, for me personally, I enjoy CT side and Mirage a lot more than I do T side. I mean, T side, that mid take control, as you mentioned, is extremely crucial for executes and just general map control. But
Yeah.
CT side is also just it's a lot more fun for me on Mirage. And you, do you prefer the T side or the CT side?
I actually prefer the T side. I like going for the defaults, playing it a bit slower in the beginning of the round, and then just taking full up. I think that's one thing I find really fun about playing on T side Mirage. Whereas on CT side though, what's really nice about it is you're able to play with a lot of depth throughout that half, which is really nice to play with.
No, it's definitely very interesting, and especially the pistol rounds that you can pull out on Mirage. We've seen quite a few times, especially in pro games. The nade stacks in mids are extremely, extremely important and extremely vital. Sometimes it can be the decider between a quick team ace and a very a very quick losing pistol half. So
Yeah,
I'd be interested to see what's hopefully a little bit of a CT aggression from either side. The T's obviously have a lot of movements and a lot of space to move around and places that they can go for those all important one taps. So for the CTs, they definitely need to. I personally would say go a little bit more aggressive, maybe get some early picks, and then just keep that numbers advantage going through the rest of the round. Other than that, though, I'd hazard a guess that RE accounting should be able to get a few rounds up on Warp Development as they are starting on the T side. So, I mean, they've got their heavy hitters. They've got Radius. They've got a few of the other players also with quite a bit of experience. So they should be well into the comfort zone going into this map. Whereas with Warp Development, as you mentioned, they've only got Frenzy at the moment with some experience. I say some
yeah,
experience, but I specifically mean competitive experience. However, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe some casual heroes might come to
yeah.
the show tonight. You never know. Those casual heroes can be extremely scary.
Just a warning out there. Just careful what you say, because this whole entire night, everything I've predicted has turned out to be the complete
I
opposite.
Yeah, no. In all honesty, I feel like I have become an expert in casting Caster's Curse. So I will be trying my best not to curse anyone tonight. If anything is about to happen or maybe not going to happen, I won't be saying anything. So that's going to be up to you. Hence why also for those of you who are just joining us, I have opted to call Oh Fudge for the rest of the night because I know I'm going to screw that up. I'm very good at messing up names. So for now, I'm sorry, sir or ma'am. I don't judge, but your name will be the death of me. I wonder, is kilos actually kilohertz? Pharaohs?
I actually call them kilos.
I
I'm not
see the
too
H
sure.
I see the HZ there, so it's either kilohertz or kilohertz. So I feel like kilohertz might be closer than kilos.
Yeah, most definitely. But looking at some of these profiles from Warp development, at least four four out of the 5 players have got 5-year badges. So they might be a bit more experienced than what we thought they were.
Yeah, but that's 5 years of CS in general. So that's either CS Source, that's CS 1.6. It counts for as long as you had a version of Counter Strike for at least 5 years, you get that badge. It's not necessarily Global Offensive. Global Offensive compared to the other, Counter Strikes was quite different from what I hear. I personally didn't play 1.6 or Source, so can't say for sure. But from what I hear, it is quite different. So those 5-year coins, although very impressive, might not be as impressive going into the actual game as we might believe. But we'll have to wait and see for now. Alright, we do see that unfortunately Phoenix is having a little bit more troubles of her generator, so their substitute will actually be subbing in for tonight. So no coach, but I mean at least we have a 5 stack of players.
Very, very nice to see the sportsmanship coming in from Warp development, agreeing to Aria account and bringing in that sub. So hopefully this game can get started.
Hopefully the players will be ready to start very shortly. Seems like the readies are coming in, and we will be going into our first round of the REACE Corporate League Round 2. So I'm curious to see what the first stack's going to call, if we're going to be going for a few defaults, or if the CTs are going to take that aggression and maybe go for those early peaks.
Yeah.
Hopefully they do something a little bit different.
Yeah.
Hell, even pull out a dually here and there. I'm happy. I'm all for it. I said I'm ready for the meme guns, and I'm ready for them.
Screw it. I'm gonna predict what's gonna happen in pistol. Aria counting's gonna most probably go for a contact B.
If they don't, or if they do and it fails, you do understand that that's 100% going to be your fault.
Oh shit.
You just called Gabe and put a curse on them.
But if it does work, then it just means
It'll
I'm
be
blessed.
It will be grand. Don't know who we're still waiting to ready up.
Seems that we've got all 10 .Rs coming in. I've got a feeling it's RQ because he used a capital R.
Actually, the server host has to ready up first before the rest of them can ready, so I believe that might be 8master. So he will have to ready first, then the other readies can come through.
I see.
Hence why you're not seeing that please all ready up message.
Yeah. Seems like Headmaster DC'd. I wonder if his generator cut off maybe.
Ah, the joys of load shedding. Well, while we wait for the players, I think it might be a good time to just give a shout out to the sponsors of the Reace Corporate League. So a massive shout out to Reace Accounting, Fantech, Jammed, and Forklift Lager. You guys are awesome. Without you guys, this would not be possible. So definitely, please go check out the sponsors. Go give them some love. Without them, this would not be happening. And Edmeister is back, so the readies can come through, and we can finally get this started. I'm excited. I really want to see some good Counter Strike.
Also, another shout out to the casters and streamers off of tonight. Tonight obviously wouldn't be possible without any of you guys, so it's really appreciated. Thanks.
Especially for those covering when the rest of us are stuck with load shedding. Thank you so much.
Shout out to Toothy.
Hey, and Pickle. She finally made it. All right. No more talking. Let's get it started. So, as we were mentioning, that early aggressive play might be what's going to be coming in from the CT side. However, from what it looks like, we do see that Warp Development are opting for pretty much a full armor stacked. We've got Dream Hacker with a bit of a nade. So, depending on where he throws that, might be a little bit of an early damage, maybe a quick stop. Currently, we've got a bit of a split coming from the Rie side, with 3 of the players heading towards B. Maybe your contact play was the right call.
Yeah. But on that note, it Master's lagging hard with 420.
And he has the bomb, so he just needs to manage to somehow drop the bomb, and then Rie counting might be able to get this contact play started. As for now, he's just battling the high ping waters. It is a little, yeah. I do see Aku just waiting to get that bomb. And very unfortunate for Rie counting. Other way though, we do see some of the players just starting to make a little bit of a move, maybe get a little bit of information. Some of the bullets they're coming raining through, so the CT sides will get a few sound cues. We already do see that Z Hunter though is pushed up all the way in lowers, going upstairs, might spot out the Rie counting player first, is going to get that first pick. And now Warp Development have information that Rie counting were going for that contact play, so they fall back a little bit. Radius, however, is going to get the trade onto Z Hunter. He is a little bit stuck in mid though, as Kilohertz and I say that, but he takes out Kilohertz, and now Fudge, as I said, I'm gonna call you that, is gonna get the one tap onto Radius with Frenzy chiming in, getting Aku out, and now we've into a 3v2. I say a 3v2, I mean a 3v1, as Edmeister unfortunately is still lagging out quite a lot. So Kayla Becky will have to do quite a lot if she wants to get her team the first round. A 1v3 clutch would be what is needed to get this done. Oh, does get a beautiful shot there onto
Only
Ofugs,
10
but
seconds. Unfortunately, the time's against her right now.
definitely not going to be unfortunately able to get this one. However, there is going to be a little bit of money in her bank account, so that's at least a good consolation prize, as Edmaster does unfortunately just time out, so we should see a pause coming through. And I mean, I guess we can talk about that a little bit down, maybe break it down while we wait for Edmaster to come back. So, I mean, I mentioned it, and I was hoping I would see it, but I wanted some early aggression from Warp Development, and that's exactly what Z Hunter gave us. You know, he got that initial peak, and without Zeradius, I guess, chiming in and getting some very good frags of his own, managed to get a 2K, I believe. That would have been all she wrote for Reace, but either way, I'm curious to see if they're going to keep this up. It's a very
Yeah.
ballsy move, as you could say.
On top of it, from Z Hunter, him getting that initial first pick and backing off was really nice to see. He wasn't greed or him looking for extra pickoffs. It was unfortunate that Zeradius was there to catch him off on the roadside back to air. But also some nice pickoffs there from Zeradius and Kayla there.
Alright, finally Edmaster is back and with a lot less ping. So now maybe this contact play that you were talking about might be coming through, as we do see the whole of RE accounting going towards that B pick. 2 players going towards lowers. They're not making a very quiet approach of this. You know, they're definitely letting Warp Development know exactly where they are, as we do see those mollies coming out. A lot of utility actually being used. So if RE accounting play this out right, they might actually be on the advantage, as Warp Developments are throwing away a lot of their pieces of utility. But you know, with a few Glocks and a Mac 10 and a Petunia here and there, or an XM, sorry, it's going to make it a little bit difficult.
Yep, seems like they made the cities guess themselves there, forcing that rotate off from Z Hunter to go back towards A.
Unfortunately, you know, with these Glock plays, you do have to be a lot quicker. You need to really get into the face of the CTs if you want that Glock to do the damage it needs to do to get yourself a kill. So for Edmaster and Radius now, they don't really have much choice but to fall back and maybe try and get a peek somewhere else. We do have Ofugs just watching that lowers push, so if they're not careful, they could be taken out before they even try. Already Zeradia is getting tagged down there, so that information is going to come through. Ooh, the Hunter going for the jumping shot is going to get Edmeister with Frenzy chiming in. That was a very nice shot from the Hunter there. A little cheeky jumping headshot through the wall. Okay, okay. You see, this is what I said. You can't count out warp development. Alright, going into this round 3. I mean, I asked for it and I'm going to see it. Edmeister getting a dualies there, and already just a little bit of a pistol play actually going towards A. They do seem to be playing this a lot slower than the previous round, so maybe just seeing if they can get a lucky peek. At
Yep.
best, maybe get the bomb down for some extra cash.
Most likely to see a bit of a waterfall coming out of Palace there later on in the round.
I know, definitely, but still, Frenzy has already pushed through T ramp, so if he decides to push this palace, he might actually get a few kills for himself, although it does seem like he's going to be opting to possibly catch the radius out, and now Riez have to get a move on. They know that they're getting flanked, they have to get that bomb down immediately. And it does seem like they have an open bomb site. Warp Development actually, with that information from Frenzy, opted to fall off the site completely. So as it stands now, Riez is going to be getting some extra money in their bank accounts at most here. They can maybe get an extra kill. And hopefully just get a few more bucks in the bank account here. But Warp Development with those SMGs is going to make quick work of the unarmored accounting team. And Edmeister chiming in with those dualies, unfortunately does not get anything out. But they're going to have to stick this bomb quickly. There we go. And that's going to be the third round for Warp Development.
Very effective round there though from Aria accounting, as they were able to get 3 pickups off plus bomb down. Their economy is looking nice and healthy right now, making this next round a bit more expensive and a bit more awkward for Warp Development, but see how it goes.
We do finally see, though, from counting the good guns coming out. We've got an AWP, we've got 3 AKs. We do have a sword off, but I mean, that can be deadly. That early mid-peak going, and Z Hunter getting tagged down quite a lot. It's one more shot and he's out of the server for this round, so he needs to play this a little bit carefully. That smoke, hopefully to get himself across, is gonna just about save his life. And just a bit of damage then traded through. I would say equally, as Edmaster is also sitting on 30 HP.
Yep, he dealt quite a lot of damage there onto Edmaster, which might be crucial for later on in the round.
It could definitely make the difference, but we'll have to just wait and see, as Arya Counting are just sitting on this this mid control right now. Maybe just seeing if they can get another peek, and maybe convert that to a bomb plant on either side. But the Warp Development guys are playing this very, very quietly and quite passively. Ooh, Kilohertz is going to spot out Edmeister. Like that, a quick tap. He might be careful. He might get caught up by Kaleveki. Just barely. Frenzy does get the kill onto Aku, and that connector push is going to get stopped quite quickly. And Warp Development just chiming in, getting kills left, right, and center. Zeradi is finally chiming in and is now left in a 1v4. He is getting hunted down right now by Kilohertz here. He's going to take the jump, and Zeradius is going to take him out. And so that's 3 more kills, and he might be able to save this round for RE accounting, but what a tall order indeed. On the right side, he does have the orb, so he might be able to save this, as the clock does finally run out, and Warp Development are going to get themselves their 4th round. Ooh! Nearly caught a player out there, not looking at the right direction, but unfortunately for him, time was not on his side. Now, for the RE accounting players, from what it seems, I don't know, you can chime in if you think I'm incorrect, but it does seem like they're just not be able to kind of get a move on. They're getting picks here and there, but they're not converting that into any sort of site control.
Yeah, no, for sure. I 100% agree with you there. I think the main factor in that is, although they tend to try and take mid control together, they still a bit more, a bit too much spread out, I would say, as they're not exactly setting each other up for those refrags and trades and so forth. So hopefully in this execute we might see some of those.
Finally, a full execute coming out. We do see already the first play from Warp Development getting taken out, but a quick chime in from Z Hunter there means that Riari Counting is still not getting this map control. They're still not getting the site control right now, so they're still struggling as there's no smokes to help them take the site, but Edmeister does manage to get across. Unfortunately, gets caught out. It's shot in the back by Frenzy. Frenzy is actually converting this into a 2k, nearly got the third K, putting his radius now on 16 HP, and again, another tall order for him to handle. Again, a 1v3 situation if he wants to win the round out for RE Accounting. It seems to be happening a lot that RE Accounting are left to 1 to 2 players to clutch out. To clutch out very difficult rounds, and for Warp Development, however, extremely well played as they do grab their 5th round.
Yeah,
I told you not to judge Warp Development. I'm just saying.
No, for sure. Z Hunter putting that off to great work there, getting those multi frags in with that, and
And
Frenzy also getting those multi frags in. It was very effective there on that air bomb.
we mentioned that Frenzy, is a heavy hitter for the side of Warp Development as he's got that experience. But Z Hunter's also chiming and showing us exactly what he knows how to do, but is going to get taken out by Zeradius. Very nice shot there. He does get traded out though, and now still that numbers advantage pretty much even. But in terms of guns and just flat out equipment, Warp Development are still sitting pretty. They've still got all the map control that they need to keep this round. So far, RE Counting's still a little bit pressed for time here, pressed for a bit of map control.
Very awkward buy coming in from Aria Counting though, with the sword off and the P90.
I mean,
Even the auto shot.
I mentioned the meme guns, and this isn't exactly what I had in mind, but I mean, you
A
never
meme
know.
gun's a meme gun.
You never know. If that sort of gets close enough to you, you're dead.
Yeah.
So, Dreamhacker does have a little bit of a tall order, as he does have 2 to 4 players now rotating to his position. And Kilohertz is relatively close by, with Frenzy quickly rotating to this B side, as they do have an inclining that it's going to be a B take. As RE Accounting players do chime in, they jump onto the side. Dreamhacker takes out Kalebeki. Aku finally chimes in, gets himself a kill, with Kilohertz also very close by, getting himself a 2k, and is going to get himself the 3k and the 6th round for Warp Development.
Very
So
nice clean work there from Kilohertz.
No, extremely good positioning there, and he's getting the kills that matter. These rounds can be so over so quickly, and he's managing to hold the sides with his teammates quite well. Now, for RE Accounting, in terms of money, they will be able to buy a full buy. We've got a full stack of AKs now, finally, for the first time. So maybe a little bit of an execute coming out here. We do see some smokes. Well, I say some, but only one smoke available for the stake, so this might be a more of a contact play, as we already see Ofugs getting a little bit of damage. That nade might take him out, but Kalebek is instead going to get for the headshots, and already RE Accounting on the side. They've got 4 players. They shouldn't be peeking that, but unfortunately for them, Frenzy is going to chime in and get Edmeister. So now still quite even in terms of number advantage. The bomb is going to go down. But Dreamhacker on the flank, if he gets the timing right, he might be able to get himself a free kill here. Oh, a lot of damage going on, and now gets his first kill. Is going to manage to get his 2nd kill, and now only Zeradius left to clutch this out 1v3. The bomb is planted, and he hasn't been caught out yet. Is going to take Frenzy out, and unfortunately does get taken down by Z Hunter with a very good shot there with the AWP. He's been pretty dominating with that AWP. I mean, first
Yeah.
we saw the jumping scout shots through the wall, and now what looked like a no scope, but I mean, I'll call it a quick scope for now. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, Fug's having a very nice hold there on triple. A bit unfortunate he couldn't get the convert that second frag. But
Pickle just. Alright.
just
Welcome back to our streamer. Other way now, we do see a pause coming in as unfortunately one of the players did DC again. Internet just not being cooperative tonight.
yeah.
But let's talk a little bit about what RE Accounting are maybe doing wrong, what they may be doing right, and what they can maybe do to get themselves the first round. As at the moment, Warp Development are being very well coordinated. They're being extremely dominating, and they're just getting the shots that matter at this point. So for RE Accounting, I definitely think a little bit more team coordination is needed.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing that A push, you really need to kind of get a move on. And when those smokes go down, go for that bomb plant, go for that control. Make sure that you're covering the angles that are not smoked, and watch your teammates' backs. And at the moment, RE Accounting are just not managing to do that. As Warp Development are just able to, as we mentioned, Dream Hunter was able just to walk up CT, get a free kill onto the bomb planter, and then convert that even to a second before actually getting traded out, which really is making this difficult for RE Accounting. They need to be able to get those
Yeah.
trades a lot quicker, which comes from setting up those crossfires. Otherwise, what do you think they need to do?
I think they're playing a bit too static in these attacks. They're taking a bit after the smoke scout. They're taking a bit too long to cross with the bomb, and I want to see them take more map control on that post plant. They had a very nice opportunity to send two people in, take CT control. Bomb was planted for CT, but they're just playing a bit too static. Whereas seeing from Warp Development side, they've got an answer for everything. Dream Hunter with that AWP, he's putting into awesome work. Frenzy getting in those nice multi-frags. Fugs was anchoring that ace out pretty much perfectly. So, very nice to see Warp Development play the way they are. I think with a few more tweaks, REA Accounting is also going to stop bringing some answers to Warp Development. I just hope that these internet issues and load shedding issues sort of fade away so that this game could go on.
Unfortunately, especially in with the load shedding situation, they tend to take powers from the cell control towers. So even if your power is on, it doesn't mean that your internet is going to be working the way it should. And I mean, it's also quite disheartening, as you just get into the game and then your internet drops, or you DC, or touch wood that it doesn't happen, but your power drops, and you really just can't do anything. So I think it's definitely also just stunting the momentum of Reace right now.
Yeah,
Every
no,
time
sure.
every time they're just about to get some momentum, load shedding or Telcom or whoever the big bad wolf is comes in and just ruins the party right now. So unfortunately for Reace, they do have quite a few hurdles coming up their way. But I think just with a little bit of a maybe a little bit of a bait and switch, they could still convert this into a few rounds. Unfortunately for Edmeister, his ping has just been atrocious, so he's really not having an easy time here tonight. But we will be going into the 8th round now. So 7-0 to Warp Development. They are looking strong and they are looking ready to win out their first match here on stream. So as we go into the 8th round, I hope Ries can maybe pull out something very spectacular and very surprising if they want to be able to get this round. We do see Edmeister actually on the flank, which I like. If he's having those ping issues, let's put him on the flank. Let's maybe use his ping to our advantage, kind of.
Yeah,
Kelebeki just posting that apps control is going to spot out Dreamhacker maybe just jumping across there. Oh, that smoke is going to block her from getting any kind of information right now. Actually, two smokes, weirdly enough, in apps. So for development side, on their B side, oh, they don't really have any smokes, but they do have the information of the shots from Rio Accounting, just give their position away. And now we've already got 3 players from War Development side holding this B site, holding for this this possible B defense.
Yeah, if Aria Accounting chooses to go into this bomb site, they're walking into a stack. They'll have to really charm hard to get the first two entry frags to get that bomb down. But it seems like Zeradius is looking for some work in a catwalk there under window.
If you can maybe get another peek and maybe translate that into a little bit more map control, you know, RE accounting can maybe completely rotate to A, which it does seem like they're going to be doing. As the bomb is heading towards ramp, he is going to catch out Frenzy, and now only Ofugs left on this A side to defend it from getting the bomb down. Oh, he's actually walking into Edmeister. I'm not sure that they know this, but they're walking past each other. He's going to manage to get out. He's going to get taken down there by Ugram, and now a 3v5 retake. This is looking very good for Ace. Aku getting kilohertz, and now, ooh, Z Hunter getting so much nade damage there, and Zeradius just chiming in, getting his second kill with Edmeister finally getting his first kill. No internet issues today as they do take their first round. There we go. That's what we needed to do. That's, as you were mentioning, that mid-round call, you know, that almost kind of chaotic, kind of spectacular turnaround as Rias do get their first round.
Yeah, no, for sure. Ed must be getting a lot of information there on the ASR though. Look.
Alright, finally going into this 9th round. It does seem like they're doing that A split again. But Frenzy's very up close and personal. Ooh, Radiant's actually gonna get chimed down through the smoke there. Just a little bit of tap damage there. Frenzy is extremely close to this palace position though, so if the players run into him at the wrong time, he might be able to get himself a free kill. Oh, the Hunter is gonna get a beautiful shot there onto Caleb Becky, and already now Reace is feeling the pressure. Frenzy's actually going to upgrade his mini AWP into a full AWP as Kilohertz also chimes in and gets Aku, and that slows down their B tag very, very quickly. And now only 3 players left for RE counting to try and turn this around. Currently, what it seems like, they're moving towards the B side here, but very, very close as they do have to deal with 2 players and then the rest of the team. Zaredi is actually still in this mid position. He likes lurking here. No, Fox is going to take him out with that He's going to be able to then upgrade to an AK. So the gun advantage that they did have in the beginning of the round is completely taken away. So all that they have left to do is just push this B and maybe see if they get the kills. Oh, Dreamhacker doing a lot of work there. That says take out Edmeister, but Ugram chimes in, is unfortunately going to get taken out there by Kilohertz.
I think Warp Development has picked up that there's a lurker mid because that connector player was very aware of that lurk. Yeah, let's see how this next round pans out because Aria Accounting is able to force into this and it looks like they're gonna go for another split.
Does seem like they're going to be going for slits. We do see that Aku is now lurking towards this A palace position, maybe trying to catch someone out. Ooh, Zaradi is going quickly into this lowest position. Might catch out Z Hunter if he's not careful. His nades from Warp Development are doing very good work at the moment. Very nice and coordinated, covering those spots that you should be expecting players to be. So that early nade damage is definitely doing them a lot of work. Kayla Baker nearly nading herself there, unfortunately. Again, this useful usage here by Warp Development, although a little bit early, is really slowing Rios down. They're not managing to get into the site as quickly as they, I would assume, want to.
Yeah, it is really breaking that momentum throughout the round. Halo trying to find a pick off here, maybe towards Cap at all. Unfortunately, gets taken. Some nice refrags going in from Edmaster there on Catwalk. It's very nice to see the depth that Warp Development is playing with, especially on that B bomb site. The crossfires are pretty much on point.
No, definitely. They're definitely putting themselves in the position where they need to be to make sure that they're covering each other's backs. As we mentioned, they're holding these defenses so well, and they're playing off each other really well. And now Warp Development actually opting for a 2-or play. Ed Meister going through 2 mollies and nades is going to be putting himself down to 7 HP. Manages to get Z Hunter with Aku chiming in, taking out Ofugs, and now only Frenzy left on this A side to defend it. Oh, it's getting very close, and Ugram is going to take him out, and now Re-Ace have this A side completely to their, basically to their advantage. So now Dreamhacker and Kilohertz have to take this retake. Ooh, very close, is going to peek out, is going to swing wide, it is going to get Ugram, and Kilohertz and Dreamhacker doing quick work of the Re-Ace players though,
This
but still
2v4 became a 2v2 very quickly. Killer,
extremely
it's looking
quickly.
to swing on on Tetris.
I actually thought Dreamhacker was going to opt there for the Ninja Diffuse. He might have gotten it as the Re-Ace players were a little bit out of position. But good work there from Zeradius chiming in and getting himself a 2k in that round to cement their second round. And hopefully now this might give them the momentum they need to just kind of steamroll it and get all the rounds back that they need to. Maybe at best giving us a 9-6 half to go into. I see a Bison. I see a Bison. I'm a very happy lady. I see a Bison. Either way though, the meme guns are coming out, and it's a quick 8 sake as Edmeister gets the first kill onto Frenzy. Again, this quick 8 plays, I'm liking it. They still need to take care of that Orpa in jungle though. If Edmeister's not careful, he was gonna get taken out, which he did. But still, 4v4. Oh, I say that, but 4v3 as Kilohertz chimes in and gets Kayla Becky. Unfortunately, there goes the Bison. Either way now, still this retake needs to happen, and the Re-Ace players are currently in very good positions to hold this. They just need to be very careful with these fights. There are some fights you don't need to take, and currently we've got Z Hunter getting a nice shot there onto Ugram, continuing on the carnage onto Zeradius, might get a third, is gonna get the third onto Aku, and I mean, just as quickly, Z Hunter basically just telling his team, don't worry, I've got this. Ooh, the time though. Does he have it?
They just have it.
Oh, just barely 0.03 second diffuse. But Warp Development are going to run away with their 10th round of this first half. They've already put themselves in such a good position to go onto the T side. They've got quite a few rounds to play around with now on the T side. But if they continue it on like this, I think RE Accounting are going to have a very difficult time to come back. If Warp Development just continues on with this dominating playstyle right now. Did
Yeah,
you see that B control that you were talking about?
yeah, no, for sure. Uh, Jim Hacker going for these jump picks, getting that early info, and as soon as he sees a player, Utah's gonna go. Bit of a foster play coming in from Aria County. Unable to set up for those trades.
Unfortunately for Aku, he's got an AWP and he's got 4 players that he needs to take out with it. Very difficult positioning. Is going to get that shot onto Dreamhacker though. If he keeps this up, he might be able to do something with it. Unfortunately, he's already got 2 players flanking his apps control right now, and Z Hunter doing what Z Hunter does best and does get the final kill and the 11th round. Again, as I mentioned, this is going to be extremely difficult for EA Accounting if they don't stop Warp Development's kind of momentum right now and get themselves a few rounds. Already at 11-2, RE Accounting are giving themselves quite a tall
Yeah.
order here for the CT half.
Just looking at the stats towards Warp Development, their KDs are sitting quite nicely, all being positive. And nice and high ADRs for Z Hunter and Kilohertz. And quite a lot of effective flashes. You'll notice that they're not so high as you would normally see them, but they haven't really needed to use their flashes as effectively in retakes, as the retakes are actually very slow and clinical.
I muted myself. That was fantastic. Yeah, I agree with you. The retakes have been extremely clinical and extremely good. And Ofugs is going ham as he gets himself a 2k and nets himself the bomb. Frenzy chiming in, covering his back, and is going to get Aku. And now Ed Meister left in a 1v5. And it's, my goodness gracious. Already 12-2 for Aria counting. I mean, this is unfortunate, but I think with the internet issues and the timing out, I think their momentum has just been a little bit staggered on this T
Yeah.
half. Hopefully they can maybe get this last round, even if they don't, at least come back on the CT side a little bit refreshed, a little bit like, you know what, that didn't matter. Let's just get the rounds back and hopefully go for this win. We do see a little bit of a quicker play towards B again. Quickly slowed down though, and Z Hunter getting that quick peek on Zeradius. That's their flank taken out. Unfortunately, we also do see Edmeister timing out again. So Aria counting already left at a detriment in terms of numbers, as they do have to take on 3v5s. And this is a very difficult order now for. Oh, I say that Ugram getting a nice shot there onto Z Hunter, kind of chiming back with the scout through the wall. I like it. I like it. Getting a little bit of payback. Still a lot of work to do, but at least they have the time. You need to get a few more players here and net some map control there. Ooh, Aku is going to get that information though. A lot of sound cues are getting given away on both sides right now, so a little bit difficult for either side. Aku just getting a boost here, maybe seeing if they can get an early peak. Is going to be able to boost himself into snipers thanks to Caleb Aki now, so might be able to wrap around warp development. Secure the bomb site is going to take out Ofugs, and Caleb Aki chiming in, taking out Frenzy. Now this A site is completely open, and Aria Counting might have just turned this around. Still the rest of the half to be seen, however. Anything can happen at this point. We do see that Kilohertz is already coming from this cat position. Oh, it's going to spot Caleb Aki out. And now we've got a 2v2. The nade doesn't manage to connect, but Aku does manage to connect his AK to Kilohertz, and only Dreamhacker left in a 1v2 is going to get taken out by Aku, doing amazing things for Aria Counting, netting himself a 3k and netting themselves the third round. So, like I said, hopefully the CT side, Aria Counting are ready to take it on and ready
Yeah,
to get a few rounds in.
it's not also bad as frustrating as all these DCs and that being. Um, the good side about all of this is they got the last round in the first half. Might brighten the mood a bit. They might be a bit more positive going into the second half and maybe start grinding it out now.
I definitely hope that's the case. All right. Just unfortunately again waiting for Ed Meister. Shame he's really not having a good time with this internet tonight.
From the warp development side, they're pretty much all having a really good and decent game. They're pretty much on par with one another. Um, excluding Kilohertz and Z Hunter taking the lead there with 16 frags to 5 and 16 frags to 9.
We're definitely seeing a lot of individual plays. I mean, we've been seeing so many 2Ks, 3Ks, nearly
Yeah,
netting 4Ks. You know, just from individual players really just stealing the rounds all by themselves. So I mean, right now from the warp development side, pretty even in terms of the scoreboard. I mean, we do have Z Hunter and Kilohertz just running away with the KDs right now. But otherwise, you know, each player from Warp Development is sitting in double digits. You know, they're equally putting in the amount of effort that they need to. Each player has been performing quite well. You know, really, as I mentioned, throwing away those. Kind of just throwing the rules out of the book and just getting themselves insane plays every single round to net themselves the rounds. But I do think that RE Counting might still be able to come back, especially now on the CT side, as long as they just keep their wits about them and they just cover each other's backs. Because that's pretty much been what's been holding them back the whole of the T side, is they've been completely defenseless. Their backs have been open to pretty much all the CTs the whole time. So Warp Development have just been running away with the kills. So we'll see now if RE Accounting will be able to kind of turn it around and maybe just fix the little mistakes that they are making and net themselves maybe a few more rounds, maybe tie it out, maybe win it. We'll have to see. That's the lovely thing about BO1s is anything can really happen. You know, no matter
Yeah.
the teams, no matter the players, you never really know what can happen. Would you prefer BO1s or BO3s for these kind of games?
I would say BO3s because on that respect, you sort of get a bit of an idea of the team's stronger maps, and it sort of becomes more of an endurance thing. You see in a lot of cases on map one team will run away with it. Map two, the other team will run away with it, and then map three, it's a bit more balanced. Um, where it's a bit more of a closer game where both teams are just trading out rounds because they finally met their match on which map they're both most competitive on. So I'd say that's the most entertaining part about BO3s. BO1s you don't normally see a lot of close games, but that's just my opinion.
No, I definitely think like BO3s are definitely a much better showing, I guess, of a team's potential because they've got a lot
Yeah,
more chances. And you know, sometimes some teams especially do need like kind of a warm up round or warm up match. Um, but unfortunately, well, I guess fortunately, these are just the placement games, so these are nothing really set in stone. Kind of, it's just to kind of put the teams into their places. But I agree with you; it's definitely a better showing.
yeah.
Just waiting for Eddie can sort out his internet issues. It's really the worst case. I mean, thankfully it is just the placement rounds, but I mean to have load shedding in this week of placements is really not the best timing.
The Radius and Aku actually having quite strong games. Sort of keeping the chins up there on Aria accounting though. Let's hope it can come back fairly soon.
It does seem like his laptop died, so he can't reconnect at the moment. So that's a bit of a problem, especially if he's the host.
That's a good.
Might be a very unfortunate round here for.
Oh,
Right.
welcome back, Pickle.
You'll just have to
Not a
join us then
problem.
for casting so that you don't get moved. I'd say that's the best bet. Just see the teams trying to sort something out. Sounds
Thanks.
like a good plan. Does seem like they're gonna actually start now. They're gonna opt for a 4v5. So for Reace, this is gonna be a little bit difficult,
Yeah.
especially on Mirage. But I guess you don't really have much choices, especially when Ethcom doesn't want to play nice. Either way, though, going into this, it does seem like Warp Development are going to opt for a bit of an execute actually on a pistol round, which I really like to see.
Yeah,
Definitely
and
seeing a
this
lot more strategy coming out from their side.
in this 4v5, I want to actually see RES opting for more map control regarding mid. Because if they can take that, then they can sort of. They don't have to play the guessing game where they have to stack and. Oh, Frenzy
Oh,
getting that initial
that initial
injury.
jumping headshot, what it seemed like
Yeah,
on Kayla Becky there. Aku did chime in though to get Frenzy and Z Hunter though. Also, just doing Z Hunter things is going to keep. They're keeping this momentum as you do see them taking the CT control, so they have a lot of information as to where the RE counting
yeah,
players can come from. So right now it's not looking too good for them, unfortunately, as they're definitely going to have to do a lot to net themselves this round.
yeah. This retext is not looking in favor of REA counting. They don't have a kit or smoke in play. It's a
I mean,
2v4 situation.
just the numbers alone are
Yeah,
detrimental, but also the fact that Warp Development have had so much time to set up their post plants that they're literally on every possible good position to hold this. And Zeradius does chime in to get a kill there onto Z Hunter, though. So I mean, that's going to be a little bit of money going into the next round, but again, still that this numbers advantage is really playing on their deficit. They don't really have much to play here, but kind of force up and try and
yeah.
see if they can get around here.
This is when the Hail Marys start coming in from REA counting.
But this is exactly what they're going to need, though, as they
Yeah,
need to do something a lot more unconventional if they want to get themselves some kills. Aku
Frenzy.
does get taken and out, and Caleb Becky now left alone with the deal on the balcony here, and it's just going to go so quickly into a 2v5, actually. Goodness gracious. Oh, the Mac 10's doing the work. And again, that's 14 rounds there for Warp Development.
Yep. One thing you do notice from the Warp development side is they're just sending Frenzy or who's ever got an SMG in out ramp fast, getting that 2-man advantage as it's a 4v. And just playing in the numbers game right now, that's all what they need to do is play that numbers game because
No, definitely.
they've got the man advantage straight off from the bat.
Absolutely, and they're using it. They want to get this done as quickly as possible. They want to get their first win. Oh, is Radius already on 17 HP? Those nades. And now this A push is coming in. Aku is going to be the first to take him down, and Kalebeki now on the quick rotation as she is going to get pushed by Ofugs. He wants more kills. And Kilohertz chiming in. Zaradi is now the only person left alive. As I mentioned, that 17 HP is not going to make it easy for him, as Warp Development do get their match points and possibly their the second last round of this match. It's very
Yeah, I know.
unfortunate.
Very, very motivational from Warp development side though. They're getting their first W in, regardless of all the hiccups throughout the game. They want to just get it over and done with now from all the delays. So, yeah.
Ooh, Zaradi is chiming in though. He's going to get that first kill. Ooh, he's going to make that a second. He's really chiming in with this AWP now, doing a lot of work for RE accounting and netting themselves actually the numbers advantage. Ooh, make that a third. He's wanting more. He's searching for more. Is gonna catch out Ofugs, and he's on for the ace. If he can get out Frenzy now and get himself the kill, he is gonna manage to get himself
Yeah,
the ace, the first ace of this match, and extremely well played by Radius.
yeah.
I think
Most
he's
kills
not
on the
ready.
server.
Yeah, no, he's not ready to let this over. He's still fighting. He's still got some fighting spirit in him, and hopefully that can translate to the rest of his team, and they can take that same kind of energy and motivation, and they just keep hopefully just fighting back for these rounds. It's definitely not over. Aria County can still do this. We do see this very quick B take though. Oh, Ugram does get taken out, but Caleb actually managing to try and get a kill in there with
Yeah.
the Bison is going to get taken out, and the bomb's going to go down. And now a 2v4 retake.
And this
For
is what I meant by
Natural.
the numbers game. They were literally just trading it out because they've got the numbers straight off the bat. But even in a 5v5 situation,
And
if you
now,
play the numbers game and just trade it out, you eventually get to a 2v1 or even a 1v1.
and unfortunately for Aku now, he's only got an AWP and he's got 4 players that he needs to somehow catch out. And the time is already dwindling down. Is getting the first kill into Z Hunter, but Kilohertz is going to chime in. And that is the win for Warp Development. 16-4. A very, very good game there from Warp Development as they do take their first win.
Yeah.
I mean, not much to say really there, as unfortunately for RE Accounting, load shedding just wasn't on their side tonight.
It was a straightforward cutthroat game, but I must say it was again
Definitely
on the
not the one
opposite
you were
end.
definitely not the one that you were expecting.
Yeah. But big props out to the way War played, and they played excellent CS tonight.
Definitely, and big thanks to everyone watching and all the streamers and casters that have come through, and a special thanks to the teams and the sponsors for this ReAce Corporate League. Without all of you, this wouldn't be possible. Thanks to Pickle for streaming, for Toothy for streaming, and Pharos for casting, and everyone else who has casted. Thank you guys. It was lovely.
Thanks,
That
guys.
concludes round 2.
Indeed.
Yep. Thanks, guys. Have an awesome night,
Enjoy, guys.
and have a fantastic weekend. And I need to get that secret from Branas.